Gameweek 204 coming up. So let's start, as we usually do, at last weekend. So one of the big takeaways here for me is just how much the points have crept up. So if you've been following this, a few weeks ago, I kind of spoke about how you kind of need around 300 or so to maybe get into the winners circle here. And if we kind of scroll back a bit, kind of around this time, you can see 298, 319, 310. The blues are the weekends. The purples are the midweek. So stuff like that. And now we're kind of seeing, if we get to last weekend, quite firmly in that kind of 320, 330 range, which is quite significant. It means, you need roughly 65 points per player, per card. You certainly, no way could you get away with a common card, like a common keeper or something like that. I just don't see it being possible unless you just really had an amazing front four, if you will. So this, I think, is what will be replicated this weekend. The numbers that we're seeing seem, pretty comparable. This last weekend we talked about the first ever 10,000 participant level. This will creep up to that for sure. These numbers seem kind of down, not a huge payout. The other surprise for me here is just how many are spent weekly. This is the most in quite some time, and as a result, the payout. I think that it's not legal. I got to update that. It's cards under with a 5-week average under 40, and so I think it makes sense. A lot of people, even newbies and things like that, are going to have some cards that are under that and feel that they have a shot at it. So this is quite depressed, and I would say that it's going to actually be quite competitive and probably a difficult one. So just in previous weeks, we kind of saw some sort of 300 things like that. So so now we're 2 out of the ordinary there. One for me, if we look down at limited, basically similar. So first off, overall we're seeing that pretty healthy payouts, and they're trying to get people excited, win cards, and starting to move through the system. This is our first ever tourney that's given out 1,000 cards, so that's kind of a little highlight there. But again, we're also seeing the points creep up. So if we get, say, last weekend, really, if we go before, I was speaking to, 260, 275, 280, things like that sort of got you into the winner circle. And really, U23 was something I was really checking out because it was even lower, low numbers to hopefully get a card. Now what we're seeing last weekend, it started to creep up a little bit and into that kind of, or like 300s, other than U23 at 270. The rest are kind of following what we saw up above now in 300s, and they'll start to creep up a little bit as well. So overall, the platform's getting very competitive. I kind of feel like this will get capped around here. I can't imagine it's just going to keep growing, and now soon you're going to need 400 points. That just seems counterproductive to what they're trying to do. So we might be at kind of a peak where maybe 320, 325 is what they're trying to kind of shoot for, and they'll increase the supply as needed. But again, U23 gives a slight little boost. I've been playing a lot of lineups in there, and no luck thus far. I don't think my lineup's strong enough, clearly. So that's where you're at. Take a look at this, pause it so you can kind of review all this, but also click the link below where you can check out the spreadsheet yourself. There's also a link to just get straight into Sorare and all that. Please give me a like and all that stuff. I'm still pretty new, just a little bit of followers. So anyways, we'll talk soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.